ATOMICHRON, who fetched $3,500 at the 1995 Western Australian yearling sales, proved that price is no guide to a horse's ability when he treated his rivals with contempt in his runaway victory in the $85,000 Pearl final at Gloucester Park on the 9th of February. Although it was the first Group 1 victory for his trainer Grey and Rob, it was driver Rod Chambers' fourth win in the Classic in 7 years, after earlier success with Whitby's Miss Penny in 1990, Miss Booth in 91 and Whitby's Merit in 1993.
As the sprint goes on at the birdcage corner, 6:50 to run. ATOMICHRON being tackled by the rain in Spain, who drew within the head of the leader. But Chambers is kidding a bit at this stage. A length and a half to Concord Lombo. And Justin Warwick popping away from the rails there. He's poised to strike with the filly. On the fence, Deceptive Dalvey. Bomber Lombo is racing fifth, followed by Golden Shield and Whitby Sportsman taken to the outside. 30 seconds neath the third quarter. Now Chambers gets serious, pulls the cane. ATOMICHRON burst away. It's a nuclear explosion up front. ATOMICHRON put 5 lengths on them. Going to second is Concord Lombo, followed back on the fence by the rain in Spain, but ATOMICHRON is going to blow them away in the Pearl. ATOMICHRON scores by 6 lengths. Second is Concord Lombo, 3 lengths away. Third, Whitby Sportsman made good ground.
Whitby Sportsman, the minor place getter behind ATOMICHRON and Concord Lombo in the Pearl final at Gloucester Park in February, made amends the following month when he took out the $90,000 Bathurst Gold Crown final. The Booth Hanover colt, now being prepared by Noel Alexander, was driven by Chris Elford, who was driving on a stay of proceedings after being suspended for 8 weeks for breaching the whip rules earlier at the carnival.
32.5 seconds, split of the mile, and Whitby Sportsman into the back by a head to Jerry Eagle, who presses now. A length and a half to Battle Cruiser on the rails, Born on the Wind. And then came Roller Skater. All Vance in behind them, and then Makarama. KANO Classic, he's taking off, he's wide, but he's running on inside the 400. Then King Topper and Blue Chip Express last of all. He broke KANO Classic on the back, and leading Whitby Sportsman ahead to Jerry Eagle. Born on the Wind is sitting pretty third. Teddy's about to pull him out, and then came Battle Cruiser. All Vance further behind them from Makarama. Around the turn, Whitby Sportsman, the puppet, driving for dear life. Jerry Eagle trying hard down the outside. Born on the Wind. Makarama getting up on the fence. Whitby Sportsman in front. The puppet. He's got them. Good on you, Chris Alford. Whitby Sportsman's won the gold crown. On the inside, Makarama's in a photo with Jerry Eagle. Then Blue Chip Express.
Dougal's Dream, a filly from a mare who broke down after winning her only start, repaid connections for their faith when she toppled the 2-to-1 on favourite La Speranza in the $90,000 Gold Tiara final at Bathurst. Few Bathurst punters gave her much chance against the awesome speed of Queensland filly La Speranza, but the Paul Fitzpatrick trained and driven Dougal's Dream overhauled the favourite late in the straight to win by 2 metres.
Turns in front, Dougal's Dream out after her. Dougal's Dream and La Speranza, she's finding plenty La Speranza. Dougal's Dream lifting, Dougal's Dream goes to La Speranza. Paul Fitzpatrick has won the Tiara. Dougal's Dream has beaten La Speranza. Third home electrifying Franco, then Yelt Yall.
Surfer's Paradise provided her Gold Coast breeder and owner Norm Jenkin with another big race win when she led throughout to take out the $250,000 Australian Pacing Gold final for fillies at Harold Park on the 19th of April. Jenkin, who had considerable success with Top Mare Exceptionally Smooth, bred Surfer's Paradise and bought her back at the yearling sales for $2,250 after she failed to meet her reserve. Trained and driven by Chris Gleeson, Surfer's Paradise showed exceptional early pace to lead from gate 6.
400 to go out of the back, and Surfer's Paradise in front. Socky Joe got to second. Saxony Style under pressure in the middle. Sweet Talk and Sally waits for a run. Then Dreams on Speed, Concord Lombo and Wendy Lee coming to the turn. $250,000 staring them in the face as they swing into the straight, and Surfer's Paradise led. Sweet Talk and Sally is into the clear out after it. Socky Joe is struggling, and then Concord Lombo with a late run down the centre. It's Surfer's Paradise in front though for Gleeson. She's getting tired. Here's the West Australian filly, Concord Lombo, too late. Surfer's Paradise lasted the win from Concord Lombo. Sweet Talk and Sally between them third.
With regular reinsman Chris Elford on the sidelines, courtesy of his Bathurst whip suspension, Noel Alexander's number 2 driver, John Keldo, took the reins behind Croesus, in the $250,000 Australian Pacing Gold Final for Colts and Geldings at Moonee Valley 8 nights later. It was Caldo's second successive win in the big event after steering Borenga Drive to victory for his father Jack at Harold Park a year earlier. It was also the second Australian gold win for owners Don Collins and John McLeish, who won the race with Golden Rain in 1992.
It's Creases in front, 1.5 metres, 2 indisputable. Warrior's Son was third on the inside of Talk About Good. They break away from Newcomb Jack around Morristown. Sports Dancer hooked to the outside. Then came King Rainbow and Catcher Khan tailed right off as they head down the back straight. It's Creases in indisputable. The two stablemates are together at the 500. They are clear of Talk About Good. Sports Dancers made up a little bit of ground. Then Warrior's Son. Third and fourth horses are losing ground on the lead too as they run off the back at the 400 metres point in 28.7. It's Creases and indisputable together as Noel Alexander goes for the Quinella in the 6 Series final of the Australian Gold. It's indisputable and Creases. Both horses hard at it, but they're both giving every inch. They're 10 metres to Warrior's Son. Turning Creases fought back. He got away again from indisputable. Creases in front. Indisputable 2 metres away. Creases has got it, one for John Caldo. Tornero for John Caldo as a driver. And Creases has beaten indisputable. Quinella for Noel Alexander. Third home Warrior's Son and then Sports Dancer.
SHEZA Mona enhanced her trainer-driver Peter Manning's reputation as King of the Kids when she showed plenty of courage to win the $60,000 Edgar Tatlow Memorial Stakes for fillies at Moonee Valley on the 11th of May. Raced by her breeder, Henry Monaghetti, father of Australia's marathon champion Steve Monaghetti, SHEZA Mona took her career earnings to $70 short of $69,000, the result of 8 wins and 1 placing from 10 starts.
About 5 metres in front of Electrifying Franco. Soki Joe is making a dash up 3 wide. Nina Camella was in the centre. Very deep Concord Lombo, Blondie Joy, and well back in the field was Leica Rising off the back. She's on at 2 metres. Soki Joe's out 3 wide. Electrifying Franco still got a kick left over on the rails. It again gets into second spot from Nina Camella and then Blondie Joy. 29.6 the third quarter. She's on a turn 3 metres in front of Electrifying Franco. Then Soki Joe followed by Blondie Joy. She's on a full bore into the straight 4 metres to Electrifying Franco. She's on a broke clear. Electrifying Franco's trying very hard. She's on a 2 metres in front of Electrifying Franco. She's on a finding something though and she'll win. She's on a first. She's on a has won from Electrifying Franco. A great go for third. Soki Joe maybe in front of Concord Lombo. Then
lightly raced classic Gary colt Salinger made it a family double when he sprinted home strongly to win the $50,000 Golden Slipper Stakes at Gloucester Park on the 21st of June. A brother to 1992 Golden Slipper Stakes winner Shandon and raced in the same interests, it provided his trainer-driver Fred Kersley with his 4th win in the Classic after earlier wins with Lumber Leon in 1983 and Parvo in 1986 and Shandon.
They head to the 600. They'll shoot the lights out from here. The leader, Hale the Judge, the Sire's winner. He's ahead in front of ATOMICHRON. Pop the question now. Salinger about to go to the outside. Will he or won't he outsprint them? On the fence is Kinda Red. And then further off to Ricky Lane until it heads the remainder. Down the back in 29.6, ATOMICHRON and Hale the Judge, not much between them. A length off and 3 wide, Salinger. Kersley fumbled for the whip. Kinda Red behind them, followed by Tillet. They come to the home turn. ATOMICHRON and Hale the Judge, a 2-horse war. Salinger needs to do more. Then Kinda Red in the straight now. Salinger warming to his task now, comes at the other 2. Salinger sweeps off on the outside. Oh, he's brilliant. Salinger, he raced away to win the slipper. A length and a half on the line. Hale the Judge kicked on strongly. He might just get second ahead of ATOMICHRON. Kinda Red late.
Trainer Noel Alexander and stable reinsman Chris Elford completed a clean sweep of one of Victorian harness racing's most prestigious classics when Creases won the $60,000 Edgar Tatlow Memorial Stakes final for Colts and Geldings at Moonee Valley on the 6th of July. Alexander won all 3 heats of the classic at Moonee Valley on the 24th of June and both semi-finals the following Saturday night. He finished up with 3 runners in the Rich final and landed the trifecta.
1 wing, 1.5 metres in front of Creases and Splinter Robinson third inside of Jonathan. Then came Conrad straight, indisputable, yet to be called on, followed by Day of Rain. Next was Skyway Scooter as indisputable, pulls out 3 wide to start at Sprint. Classic Shiraz well back from Sports Dancer and Gasser running off the back. Indisputable rushing up on the outside of Creases. 1 wing has found nothing and indisputable puts the pressure on Creases and hit the lead off the back. 30.5 the quarter. Indisputable race to metre and a half in front of Creases, which is sticking on. Skyway Scooters made up ground to get into third spot, and then Splendor Robinson on the home turn. Indisputable Creases, and here's Skyway Scooter, the third of the stablemates. It's Creases coming back and Indisputable. Creases on the inside and Indisputable. Creases fighting back. Creases in front. Creases is going to win it. Creases has won it from Skyway Scooter, and third home Indisputable, and 1, 2, 3 for Noel Alexander. What a great effort.
The $50,000 New South Wales Breeders' Plate at Harold Park on the 23rd of August was the final two-year-old classic of the 1995-96 season. The race was expected to decide the Australian two-year-old of the year and featured another clash between Victoria's two best juveniles, the Noel Shin-trained Cole Bruce and the brilliant Peter Manning-prepared filly SHEZA. Punters and bookmakers could not separate the Victorian duo, sending them to the post equal favourites at 13 to 8. But the lightly raced Andrew Peace, trained and driven, sure to impress, caused one of the major upsets of the season with his narrow win at 16 to 1.
Cole Bruce coming around the turn for the bell, leads the way from SHEZA. On the inside, sure to impress. 1-1 is Warrior's Son. 3 back the inside, Sports Dancer locked away from Fantastic Look. Then Franco Explorer, then comes Gull Joe. Why You Ask, and Astrich is last of all. Past the bell, 31-2 the quarter. 63-5 for the half, and Cole Bruce the leader. SHEZA on the outside is looming up again, 3/4 of a length away. A length is sure to impress. Warrior's Son's gone. Getting off the inside now will be Sports Dancer, and then Fantastic Look further back, Franco Explorer and Gull Joe. Down the back of the 400, Cole Bruce by a half length. SHEZA sure to impress the leaders back. Sports Dancer getting into the clear next. Then Fantastic Look and Franco Explorer. 28-6 the quarter down the back. They were burning. Cole Bruce the leader by a length. The SHEZA is under pressure now. Sports Dancer coming up 3 wide. Sure to impress, waiting for a run. Cole Bruce led for home. I don't think the filly can go on. Sure to impress is getting clear, and Sports Dancer down the outside. Cole Bruce in front. Sports Dancer's the danger. Sure to impress in the centre. Cole Bruce in front. Sure to impress, and Sports Dancer come at him. Sure to impress comes at Cole Bruce. They hit it locked together. Leave it between them. Sure to impress and Cole Bruce, I don't know. Third Sports Dancer. SHEZA.
Champion New Zealand mare Pride of Petite took her career earnings to almost $240,000 when she outsprinted her rivals to win the $50,000 VL Dullard Cup at Moonee Valley on the 3rd of February. An 8-year-old American-bred mare by Royal Prestige, Pride of Petite is a daughter of champion Kiwi trotting mare Petite Evander, who earned more than $850,000 in an illustrious career in New Zealand and the United States during the late 70s and early 80s.
And Call Me Now the leader. Second, Mel Park made, but Wagon Apollo goes up on the outside. He'll get to the leader's wheel now and put a bit of pressure on the New Zealander. Third on the inside, Lennon. In the centre, Mel Park made. Pride of Petite's 3 wide and she'll be stuck there for at least the last lap. Then Light Buffy on the inside. Chiola Cola 3 wide on the back of Pride of Petite. Then came Follow Me and the Godfather. Diamond Field, 15 metres to Bunty's Pride and Lord Whiz Bang. 30.5 the second quarter, and they head into the back straight in the VL Dullard Trotters Cup of 1996, and it's the Kiwi champion Call Me Now in front by 4 metres to Wagon Apollo, and Lennon third the rail. Out 3 wide, Pride of Petite, then Mel Park made under pressure, Light Buffy on the rails. Chiola Cola on the back of Pride of Petite. Follow Me. Diamond Field hooked to the outside of the Godfather, and a long break the Buddies, Pride and Lord Whiz Bang as they run off the back straight. Call Me Now led by 2 metres, 29.6 the quarter. Getting closer, Wagon Apollo, Pride of Petite 3 wide. Lennon in need of a run. Call Me Now was headed by Wagon Apollo, and Wagon Apollo hit the lead, but Pride of Petite's out after him. Diamond Field to the outside, Lennon getting out, turning for home. Call Me Now is gone. Pride of Petite and Wagon Apollo are 8 metres in front of Lennon. Then came down the outside, Diamond Field, but it's Pride of Petite. She drew away 1.5 metres to Wagon Apollo, and it's Pride of Petite again. Pride of Petite by 2 metres, second Wagon Apollo. Diamond Field got home well for third from Lennon. Then Chiola Cola.
Wagon Apollo, an excellent third to Pride of Petite and Chiola Cola in the Inter-Dominion Trotters Championship Grand Final in February, provided connections with some compensation when he won the $20,000 E.B. Cochrane Trotters Cup at Moonee Valley on the 20th of April. To provide trainer-driver Graham Lang with his 3rd win in the big race after earlier success with champion mare Scotch Notch in 1983 and 1985.
First quarter of the last mile was 34.4, and as they head to the 800-metre point, Lennon 1.5 metres in front of Wagon Apollo. The second quarter, 31.6. Third, the rail, Serenella. Around them, Kai Valley Prince, and then Prince of Kuma. Western G was next, and then Falstaff 3 wide with a ride home behind Kai Valley Prince. Johnny Ray 4 deep, and then Speeding Fine, Bunty's Pride, Make Mine Glory, and last was Marissa. Going down the back, and it's Lennon only 1 metre in front of Wagon Apollo, who breathes down his neck. Out 3 wide, Kai Valley Prince, then Prince of Kuma, Serenella, Falstaff struggling, and then Western G on the rail from Speeding Fine. Off the back, and Wagon Apollo hit the lead. 30.3 the third quarter, Wagon Apollo in front. Kai Valley Prince is not done with yet, it's sticking on tenaciously. On the rail, Lennon, and then Prince of Kuma and Marissa running on from well back. On the turn, the leader, Wagon Apollo, 1.5 metres in front of Kai Valley Prince, who's sticking, and then came Prince of Kuma and Marissa. At the 100, though, it's Wagon Apollo in front. Kai Valley Prince and Marissa charging home. It's Wagon Apollo in front. Marissa getting close, but not close enough. Wagon Apollo wins by 1 metre. Second placing goes to Prince of Kuma in front of Marissa. Driver lost the reins going over the line, and then came Western G.
Exciting trotting prospect NOOPY KIOSK added another classic to his already impressive tally when he completely outclassed the opposition in the $30,000 Victoria Trotters Derby at Moonee Valley on the 1st of June. A prohibitive 9-4 on favourite, NOOPY KIOSK crossed the field and took the lead, approaching the judge with 2 laps to go. The race then became a procession.
Lead time 60.4. Now that's pretty quick for 3-year-old trotters. And at the 1,300-metre point, it's our one and only. 1.5 metres in front of Stage Supporter. Has put a bit of pressure on. Here goes NOOPY KIOSK around the outside. So NOOPY's going to go up on the outside of our one and only. The 2 favourites together. Stage Supporter on the outside of National Interest, which was able to drop in on the rails. About 12 metres to Red Temptress, Bunty's Whiz and Crown of Glory going around them. Then Lord Chef, followed by Eric Booth, Whiteheart's DJ in top demand. NOOPY KIOSK has hit the lead. A lap left to go on the derby, and NOOPY KIOSK drew away from our one and only. The first quarter, 31.7. It's the favourite in front. NOOPY KIOSK clear. Our one and only second, National Interest racing third, Crown of Glory making ground. Now going for a gallop with Stage Supporter. Everything was able to get out of its way. Lord Chef has moved in a 5th spot. Then Eric Booth. Bunty's Whiz next, Whiteheart's DJ, top demand, Red Temptress under the whip, and Stage Supporter has galloped back to the tail of the field. 31.3 the second quarter. 600 metres left to trot. And the leader is the favourite, NOOPY KIOSK, this champion young square gator clear of our one and only. Wants to get away from the rail here, NOOPY KIOSK. Our one and only trying to get up on its inside. That gap is closed. Lord Chef's out 3 wide. National Interest getting a go on again. But NOOPY KIOSK is now revved up, and look at him go. NOOPY KIOSK has dashed away. 31.2 off the back, and this champion young trotter, NOOPY KIOSK, is 10 metres in front on the turn from our one and only, who can do no more. National Interest has been a terrific run, but look at NOOPY go. They say he's the best square gator since Maori's Idol, and who can deny that? Superstar NOOPY wins the derby by 8 metres. Second is nearly a dead heat between National Interest and our one and only.
Tempers flared after NOOPY KIOSK continued his winning romp by downing National Interest and our one and only in the $20,000 Holmfield final at Moonee Valley 3 weeks later. Barry Elford, the trainer-driver of NOOPY KIOSK, and Chris Lang, the trainer-driver of National Interest, engaged in a heated verbal clash after Lang lodged a protest against the winner. Lang alleged NOOPY KIOSK interfered with National Interest when he shifted up the track with about 300 metres to travel. Stewards agreed there had been some interference, but deemed it did not prevent National Interest from winning. They did, however, suspend Elford from driving for 2 weeks after dismissing Lang's objection.
NOOPY KIOSK in front, shooting for his 17th win out of 19 starts, and he leads from Lord Chef. National Interest come off the rails to creep up a little bit closer. Our one and only 4th inside, Crown of Glory, and then Eric Booth and Lady Georgia together. Phoenix Foundry around top demand, and the last pair of the stablemates, Not Shy and Ricochet, run. Second quarter, 32.5, and NOOPY KIOSK and Barry Elford head down the back straight for the final time in the Holmfield final of 1996. NOOPY KIOSK 2.5 metres in front. Lord Chef has galloped there. Gallop back, inconveniencing our one and only, and also Eric Booth and top demand. As they run down the back straight, NOOPY KIOSK has this tendency to shift off the rails, and he's done it again tonight. National Interest was trying to get through, but now he sprints up. Oh, he was just finding another gear, that was all, and he raced 10 metres in front, NOOPY KIOSK. of National Interest and about 20 metres to Crown of Glory. By goodness, they've left the others standing. They're glued still as if they were statues, but NOOPY KIOSK into the straight with that quarter at 29.6. He's 6 or 7 metres in front. You've got to give credit to National Interest. He is certainly above average, but what do you call NOOPY KIOSK? He's got to be a superstar. He beats the above average National Interest by 5 metres. NOOPY KIOSK first in the Holmfield. Second, National Interest, 25 metres away. Lord Chef got going again to run third. He'll make a handy trotter. Then
John Mantle, who hails from Gateshead on the outskirts of Newcastle, chalked up the biggest win of his 35-year career when he teamed with Gay MONIQUE to provide an upset in the $25,000 Victoria Trotters Oaks at Moonee Valley on the 29th of June. The 11-4 on favourite Kim's Fantasy turned in a Herculean performance to finish third after being caught wide early and then breaking twice in running.
They're about to swing into the straight. The lead time 62.6, the first quarter 33.2, and they'll come down the straight to get the bell. The favourite galloped. Kim's Fantasy has galloped. The long odds on favourite after sitting 3 wide. Has galloped, lost 20 metres, and she goes back to last of the main body of the field as they come down to get the bell. The leader is Red Temptress. Of in second spot, June. Surging forward now was Gay MONIQUE out 3 wide. Illawong Linda on the leader's back, and then came Truscott Dawn. Around it, Luann from Lady Georgia. They were followed on the inside by Sooner as they go out of the straight, then Scarlet Countess, followed by Bewitching Kate. Kim's Fantasy is last of the main body of the field as they worked into the back straight now. And they have about 650 metres to go. The pressure's on, 33.6 the second quarter. And Gay MONIQUE hit the lead down the back straight from Red Temptress. Now Luann is starting to run into the race. Illawong Linda next, and then June. They were followed by Truscott Dawn, Lady Georgia, Sooner. Kim's Fantasy is starting to run on again. She's making up very good ground, but very wide. And they were followed well back in the field by Eva Corinne. Off the back in 31.3. Gay MONIQUE is the leader from June, Red Temptress. And then Illawong Linda, and still making up ground Kim's Fantasy, but 15 metres off the lead. And then Lady Georgia. Gay MONIQUE on the turn led, but Luann is after it. Kim's Fantasy running on from Red Temptress. It's Gay MONIQUE and Luann together. Luann goes to Gay MONIQUE. Kim's Fantasy is charging home. Don't tell me. She is flying, Kim's Fantasy. Gay MONIQUE in front. Kim's Fantasy running out of ground. Luann battling back, but Gay MONIQUE has won it. Second, Luann. Kim's Fantasy was a ginormous run.
Connections of National Interest heaved a sigh of relief when Barry Elford declared he would not be chasing any interstate derbies with his star trotter NOOPY KIOSK. National Interest, who had played second fiddle to NOOPY KIOSK in Victoria all season, certainly appreciated his absence from the $10,000 South Australian Trotters Derby at Globe Derby Park on the 6th of July.
A lap to go. Apache Glen just in front. Kim's Fantasy still seems to be going all right, but her worst nightmare is right behind her National Interest. McCardis the rail. Then came Lord Chef. Classy Red sticking to them. Luann further back in the field, and then Forget Amber Jane and also Lunatic. Apache Glen 600 out, found 3 metres. Second quarter 32.2. Kim's Fantasy second. And here he comes out 3 deep now. National Interest, he's getting to work on him, but Kim's Fantasy goes as well. Lord Chef eased out wider, further back in the field behind them. McCardis, Classy Red running very well, and last of all Luann. Kim's Fantasy drove to the lead, 400 out, 3 or 4 metres in front. National Interest zooming up to them. Lord Chef was working into it and then broke. Apache Glen third, Lord Chef then wider out, going again, and further back in the field Classy Red. Up to the turn though, Kim's Fantasy the inside. National Interest joining in. Lord Chef's about 12 metres away. In the lane though, National Interest on the outside just in front. Kim's Fantasy won't give in, but National Interest with a beautiful run. He's going to be a little too good, National Interest. He wins a metre. Kim's Fantasy, a mighty run. Well, gee, Lord Chef was going to make it interesting. He got beaten 6 metres in third place.
NOOPY KIOSK completed a highly successful 3-year-old season when he had little more than a walk in the park to capture the $60,000 Oceania Eldorado final at Moonee Valley a fortnight later. NOOPY KIOSK captured the imagination of Victorian harness racing fans with some incredible performances during the season and went for a well-earned spell, boasting 19 wins and stakes of more than $156,000 from 21 starts.
down and look at NOOPY go. NOOPY KIOSK is 20 metres in front of Buller Boy, not shy. Then Crown of Glory, Phoenix Foundry and the rest are struggling. But NOOPY KIOSK in one race and the others are a mile off him as they turn into the straight. NOOPY KIOSK 20 metres in front of Buller Boy. Then came Not Shy and Crown of Glory. And he is a real doll, this NOOPY KIOSK. He wins his 8th race in a row, his career 19th win out of 21. NOOPY KIOSK has done it again by 20 metres to Buller Boy. Then came Crown of Glory, third from Not Shy, Phoenix Foundry.
A perfect drive by leading Victorian raidsman Brian Gath paved the way for New South Wales juvenile DOOLEYS Boy to score an upset win in the $22,000 Edgar Tatlow Memorial Stakes at Moonee Valley on the 18th of May. A 14-to-1 chance after drawing the inside of the second row, Gath steered DOOLEYS Boy through the galloping front markers and trotted to the front soon after the start. Although getting a bit tired towards the finish, DOOLEYS Boy held on to win by a half a head from Elite Whiz and the Night Warrior to provide his Marsden Park trainer Alan Burton with the biggest win of his career.
And as they work into the back for the final time, the leader is DOOLEYS Boy narrowly from Gare du Nord. In third spot was Spanish Beauty, and outside it was Elite Whiz fourth. A break in the field of Only Jokum. Then came the Slow Coach. Breaking up there was Jungle King, and going past it was the Night Warrior. Going down the back at the 500 metres point, and the leader DOOLEYS Boy, but only narrowly from Gare du Nord. It's been a big run. In third spot, the inside Spanish Beauty. Elite Whiz has had every possible chance. Pulling to the outside, Only Joking, and out 4 and 5 wide. The Night Warrior starting to run into it, and so too was the Slow Coach, but run into a dead end. There's going to be a line of 5 as they turn for home, and on the inside, the leader DOOLEYS Boy. Only Joking broke up on the turn. Gare du Nord was second. Here's Elite Whiz, and rushing home the Night Warrior. Turning for home, DOOLEYS Boy in front, coming at an Elite Whiz and the Night Warrior. DOOLEYS Boy in front. Elite Whiz is trying to get to it. Wide out the Night Warrior. Elite Whiz is after DOOLEYS Boy. DOOLEYS Boy and Elite Whiz, they go to the line. DOOLEYS Boy. DOOLEYS Boy is 1.5 ahead to Elite Whiz. Third home on the outside was the Night Warrior, then Spanish Beauty.
Veteran trotting enthusiast Bill Bond received the perfect tonic when he left his sickbed to watch his exciting juvenile, KANO REGAL, win the $11,000 Redwood Classic at the All Trotting Day at Maryborough on the 12th of July. With only 8 weeks serious training under his belt and at just his third trip to the races, KANO REGAL surged to the front on straightening up, then held off the determined challenge of the Slow Coach to win in a tight photo, just like Jack was third. After the race, Bond directed all the praise for the win to his wife Kath and longtime friend Don Smith, who drove KANO REGAL and kept the youngster on target for the Redwood after winning the Victoria Sire Stake final at Moonee Valley 6 nights earlier.
Cooter in front, only ahead to KANO REGAL. Third, the inside, the Slow Coach, is sweating on a run. He's just like Jack, about to peel 3 deep and make his run. The Slow Coach is trying to push him wider. Elite Whiz is fifth, but as they corner, Cooter being grabbed by KANO REGAL. The Slow Coach is out, and just like Jack winding up. KANO REGAL in front at the 100. The Slow Coach is trying to get to it. Then just like Jack, it's KANO REGAL in front. The Slow Coach is trying to pick it up. What a finish in the Redwood. KANO REGAL clings on. KANO REGAL. KANO REGAL, I think, has clung on to the lead and won the Redwood Classic by a head.